take a peek at your x-ray, make sure there's nothing broken here. Yeah, everything looks fine, no breaks, so that's good. 3 grades to the sprain, and kind of the severity and the grade dictates treatment and how much treatment you need, whether you need physical therapy, whether you need a brace, all that stuff.
Still looks swollen.
Right here, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Any pain here?
No.
Any pain here?
No.
Is this where it hurts? Where it's in this, where this bulbous area is?
I mean, like right now, it doesn't hurt at all.
Doesn't hurt at all?
Like,
Nothing?
kind of that inward movement.
Where do you feel it?
And, well, actually, never mind.
Didn't really feel it that much.
You're right there.
In here?
Yeah.
So more in your foot than your ankle. This is your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
This is your foot.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you say you feel the pain more?
Like right, yeah, right.
Right here?
Yeah.
Take off your other shoe and sock. I want to compare your feet. You kind of have that a similar. You have this is called your extensor digitorum brevis. That's a muscle in your on the top of your foot. You have one muscle on top of your foot, and that's it, right there. And to me, you have a pretty, that's on this foot too. It's prominent. Yours is. Okay, but there is some swelling here for sure. I do see that.
When he was about 10 years younger, he did have a broken metatarsal bone, but we can't even remember which foot it was.
Yeah, yeah. I can't really see your foot on this x-ray. I mean, I'd have to get a foot x-ray to know if there's a broken metatarsal. But is this where it hurts? I mean, is this the area?
I mean, I guess.
That's the area?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what I would recommend that we do. Let's treat this as a foot and ankle sprain, right? And what I want you to do is I'll give you a brace today, so wear that for the next few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to do some physical therapy, just because this is your second sprain in a 4-week period, and I want you to get in there. So what happens when you sprain your ankle is that ligament stretches out, and that ligament has receptors in it that are responsible for telling you when you're rolling your ankle to bring your foot back. And if those receptors don't work because the ligament's been stretched out and they've been disrupted, you have to train your brain to retrain those receptors, and that's what therapy does, which we know, and there's been lots of literature on it. So that's where I think we start, is a brace and some therapy for now.
No MRI to determine, because how do you know that it's just stretched and not torn?
The treatment doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question, but we know that about 90% of ankle sprains, regardless of grade, heal with conservative treatment, bracing, physical therapy, anti-inflammatory, 90%.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who will be in that 10% that don't heal, except for we have a high suspicion if someone has sprained their ankle in the past. He has, but I'm talking, recurrent ankle sprains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I used to have when I was a little kid. Yeah.
So that, right.
Yeah.
You have recurrent ankle sprains, there's a good chance you're going to be in that 10%. And in that case, if you came to me, he's like, hey, I've sprained my ankle many times over the last few years, then today I would say, let's get an MRI and let's look at your ankle.
Yeah.
Because the treatment may change.
So we're in the middle of a relatively short basketball season.
Yeah.
I'm the coach. This is all his idea to play rec ball this year because he didn't want to sit on the bench anymore at Wooten. We've got like 6 weeks left.
Yeah.
Well, his mom isn't going to let him play until it's better.
Yeah.
How do we define that?
How he feels. It really depends on how you feel.
He feels like he could play Sunday.
Then go play. play with the brace, but play. Let me give you some more anecdotal information.
Yeah.
I have a guy, I tell patients this all the time. I had a guy recently, and this goes for any athlete, but he's a senior at a local school. He's being recruited by Division I basketball programs. He's in the middle of the season. He sprains his ankle really badly. He comes in to see me, swollen, bruised. He's able to put weight on it, but he most likely completely tore one of his ligaments in his ankle. But he can walk on it, right? I mean, he can walk on it. He's okay. He had a tournament. I saw him on a Monday. He had a tournament that coming weekend where all the Division I programs were coming to look at the players. So
Yeah.
this was a big tournament for him.
Yeah.
He was able to play, meaning I allowed him to play. He physically could play
With the brace.
With the brace,
Yeah.
as long as he was able to play, as long as his pain allowed him to. And we know that it's safe to do that, and you won't compromise the healing of those ligaments as long as you do the brace and as long as you rehab your ankle and you do therapy alongside of it.
So this brace is just a slip-on one-piece thing, right?
It has a Velcro and tie.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a really structurally supported brace. Now because you're really not in that much pain, you probably won't need it for that long. I would wear it, maybe give it 2 weeks, and just when you go out there and see how it makes you feel. You may hate it. You may say, I feel too restricted.
You just put it on before your socks.
Sock on, brace on, shoe on.
There's a
Oh, okay.
sin where
It's a
it's-
different kind of brace. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's that. And then look, I'll see you back in about 4 to 6 weeks. If you're still symptomatic, you have pain, you feel there's swelling, you or mom are concerned about the way that he's running or whatever it is, come back. And then at that point, once you've done the therapy and the brace and you're still having symptoms, then I think maybe we would need to get an MRI just to see what the ligaments look like. But I only do that if it's going to change any treatment, which at this point it wouldn't. Therapy and brace.
Yeah.
Sprained your ankle.
Many years ago, I had I've had several knee surgeries and one ankle surgery. The most successful was an ankle surgery because, and I don't think it even showed up on the X-ray or the MRI, but it was killing me. And it turns out when he opened up my ankle, there was a loose piece of cartilage just floating around. And after removing it, it was like
Right away.
no therapy needed.
Yeah.
Instant recovery. And so, but I guess you don't know until you know. But
Yep. I mean, they wouldn't have suggested surgery to you right away because they
Right.
didn't know what the
I was-
problem was. You
yeah.
probably did a full consumer
I had
therapy.
been back probably several times before it got to surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
So, last question, just forgive me. In my day, and even up until recently, it seems basketball players all wore high tops. Now they don't wear high tops anymore. Is that because they were worthless?
I think they help. I mean, I think they help to control the ankle. I don't know why they've stopped. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe players want to. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Do you
to
agree
that.
with me? Hardly any kids wear high tops anymore, right?
Yeah.
Mostly low. Yeah.
Well,
Did
like,
they
it's
wear
mostly
any?
low tops, and like maybe 6 out of the 12 players on the basketball team right now are wearing ankle braces while they play.
Oh, really?
And they
Yeah,
are.
so they-
Do any of them like tape their ankles before the games?
Yeah. I know Yasin played the whole last season with an ankle
Taped?
brace.
Yeah. Do it for a couple weeks. Plan to see me in about 6.